All right. Well, I'm a city girl from Washington, D.C., and I knew all about chickens because you go to the Safeway store and you get chickens and they're chicken parts and they're put with cellophane on them, and you buy them and pay for them and go home with it. But at Montverde it was different. If you had chickens and you did something, if you did something wrong, they had something called penalty work. So if you weren't where you were supposed to be at a certain time, or you were late for several classes, or something like that, unheard of, you got assigned penalty work. And so I was assigned penalty work, because believe it or not, I did some things that were considered wrong. I know. Back I came to the big screened-in porch with about 2 other girls that were also assigned penalty work. And there on the big table was a pile of steaming, hot, smelly, dead chickens. And I didn't know about that kind of chicken, but here was this pile. And what happened was, and I had learned this the hard way, that when chickens get killed or something, they have air down in their gullets or something. And as I sat and looked with dismay and distaste at this pile of chickens, the chickens let out a burp, like a and the chickens jumped. And I screamed. I don't remember screaming, but other people do. And I cried. And Mrs. Carter, who was the head of the chickens and the kitchen, thought that was the most disgusting thing she had ever heard of. How could anyone cry about chickens? And that's my story. I think I was better behaved from then on because I never had to do it again. Maybe it's because I screamed and she didn't want to hear anyone crying, but that's my chicken story, and I'll stand by it.
Chicken!